This is going to be a quick demonstration of some of the new features in OLV. First one, you can see the connecting attempt up there. It will try to connect 3 times, up to 30 seconds on each attempt. If it gets disconnected, it will reconnect on its own. The Stellarium part is still the same. So one of the differences now is on initialize image. It has the ability to save the variables that you put in here, and we have a drop down box for the time zone. I've already initialized it in demo mode, so I'm not going to do that right now. You can also halt tasks. You can change the mount settings, equatorial on equatorial wedge. Polar alignment is disabled until it's officially released from origin. OTA settings, these are all the same as they are on the phone. Slewing the telescope is the same. Calibration frames should be the same as it is on the phone. Capture parameters, you can actually change the gain on the individual color channels in the camera. I highly recommend you don't do this unless you're an advanced user, but also this is something you don't want to tweak it a lot. But I would, as an example, I would probably increase the gain on the red a little bit, maybe to 130. I would increase this maybe by 10 and maybe decrease green by 10, because I find that I stretch my images higher in red and blue and I decrease the green on my images. So if you can capture it in that already stretched format, it's probably better for the image. Capture image is where you can go and set the number of seconds, the ISO, and then the total number of minutes. You start the image, you're going to get a display down here where it's going to show you the image in progress, imaging object, and then down here, okay, this pop-up happens every time. I don't know why I'm getting this error message, because I don't get it on the phone, but it basically says it failed to find the appropriate dark for the capture parameters that I'm using. And it's basically a warning message. It does not stop it from running though. So the image capture runs, and you'll see in here up here. So you'll see up here we got a reconnecting attempt, number 1. So we lost our connection for some reason when we started the image. My guess is going to be it has something to do with the, okay, we're reconnected automatically. You see how that works. Total time running, depth 4, 5, and when it gets to 6, it will automatically stop, and this display will go away. Okay, schedule capture image. If you're over here in Stellarium and you see something you want to image, something that doesn't even have an object name like this right here, you can hit Control 2 and it will bring up the schedule image capture. So again, this is like capture image, except you've got to go and you've got to manually set the time you want to start this. You want to make sure you do not change the format in any way, because if you do, it'll reject the time and start the image right now. You want to give the image a name, and then as you can see, the right ascension and deck are already populated in radians. Save raws, autofocus. You want to set the magnitude, and when you schedule this image, it will go in there and sit there and wait for that time to start, and then it'll start the image. But you will see a notification down here of what it's waiting on, like it's the first image is going to be whatever the first image is in your scheduling engine is going to say, I'm waiting for 9 o'clock to start this image. Okay, let's go over OLV dithering. dithering, the way that it works is very simple. It is going to dither in a box pattern. It starts in the center, it goes to the far right, and then it starts doing the box. And it does that, I believe it does 23, let me see, 23 moves. That's right. So it takes it 3 moves to get over, 22 moves. It takes it 3 moves to get over to the right. No, 23. It takes it 3 to get over to the right, and then 20 to get around the entire box one time. So you can see here it says dithering started. This is the dither time, and this is the dither speed. Once dithering starts, it's going to run once every minute. After 1 minute, you'll see it update, and it's basically making a small slew that might be 1 or 2 image pixels wide. The more you increase the speed and the more you increase the dither time in milliseconds, the more that distance is going to be. This is probably more useful in equatorial mode, but we are testing it out in all-task mode. You can see it's already made the first move to the right. It's moving to the right of the center of the square that is doing the dither. It's doing basically a square pattern dither. Now we'll stop that, and it stops. OLV mosaic mode is exactly like scheduling an image. The only difference is the following. You're going to set the delay in between each of the scheduled images. So in this case, you've got a 2x2 mosaic. It's going to take 4 images. It's going to overlap them by 10%. We're going to schedule a 1-minute delay in between the scheduled images. Set the ISO. The start time is for the first image. And then, okay, so if this is 60-second scheduled per frame, it's going to do 4 60-minute frames. So the first one will go off at, let's say, 2100, and the second one will go off at 2201, and the third one will go off at 2302. You get the idea. It basically just gives you a little buffer in between the schedules. If for some reason you run out of time and the next image is already beyond, it'll just go to the next image directly, immediately, if you didn't leave enough delay time. Minimum start time, that's when you start. Object name. And then you don't have to touch this. Set your magnitude, and you schedule the 2x2 mosaic. And again, the way that this mosaic would work is it would start, so when you click on Control 2, that's going to be the dead center of the mosaic. But the first frame is going to be top right, the second frame is going to be top left, the third frame is going to be bottom right, and the fourth frame is going to be bottom left. It's going to calculate for 10% overlap on all of those 4 frames, and those 4 frames will look just like any other image. In the FTP folder, you'll have the dark and the master dark, all that. I mean, the master TIFF file and all that stuff. The flat frame, the dark frame should be in there. And then you can copy those over into Serial and create a mosaic out of them. I am working on getting a script and automating the download of those files, and then automating the scripting of them in Serial, so that it'll basically create the mosaic for you. But that's going to be something I'm working on as we get further along. Download images is going to show you automatically where your files are, and you can generate logs, and you can download the logs. You'll get a pop-up, there it is, when the download is done, and you can find also there's a log file for the origin in your download folder. You can see it reconnected. when we had a disconnection. Here's your log files on the origin. And again, you can see down here where we sent commands, get status, get logs. See if we can find image capture. Get capture parameters, new image ready. You can see all of this. Logs are actually very useful for seeing what all happens. See final stack master on capture 7. And in this case, I didn't keep the raws, so it deleted them afterwards. Alright, that's it. Just a quick video to show some of the updates and the display and how it automatically reconnects. Have a good one.